Welcome back to the Best Coaster of the Year weekly series. Last week, you guys voted for the Best Coaster of 2005. You voted for Hades 360 at Mount Olympus, the Gravity Group Woody that defeated Wild Train at Fantasiana, Super Escape at Warner Bros. Movie World, and Powder Keg at SDC. So, Wild Train, Hades 360, what's better? Dude, honestly, I couldn't tell you. Wild Train is probably a more fun, enjoyable ride, but Hades is a more aggressive, intense ride than pretty much all of these here. Wild Train and Powder Keg I can kind of couple together as being, fun rides, but not the greatest. Then again, Wild Train does have some insane air times, and maybe it is the greatest. Who really knows how great that airtime really is? I know Ryan, Canada Coaster fan, just rode Wild Train. It was like, amazing airtime or whatever. But I couldn't tell you. I also hear Hades 260 is like, I mean, on top of being already intense and aggressive, is one of the rougher wooden coasters around because Mount Olympus is pretty bad at maintaining their woodies, but who knows? And then there's Superman Escape, which is, in my opinion, looks to be one of the best intimate accelerators post launch. I don't know how good the launch is. That's kind of hard to rank launches, but the post launch there looks to be two really good airtime moments. That top hat looks nice. Just a really solid post launch accelerator. So um, I'm not sure if I agree with this week, but I'm not sure what I would prefer to Hades 360. I don't know. Hades always looked like a really weird ride. I feel like its execution is poor, but its layout's pretty good and pretty interesting. So yeah, cool stuff. Moving on. We got this week the best coaster of 2006. No promises as far as like how often I'm gonna post. Sorry, last week wasn't really last week. It was like 4 weeks ago because I'm in college now and I'm in the marching band and it's peak season, so it's tough for me to find the time to make a video. But nonetheless, here are five coasters that you're gonna vote for until I make the next video. We've got Ijanika at Fuji Q Highland, the SNS 4D. We got El Toro at Six Flags Great Adventure, the Intamin Prefab. Tatsu at Six Flags Magic Mountain, the B&M Flyer. Voyage at Holiday World, the Gravity Group Woody, and Goliath at Six Flags Over Georgia, the B&M Hyper. So you're gonna vote for one of those five coasters using the eye on the top right corner of the video. Now we're gonna talk about some more coasters that opened in 2006. We've got the other old and terrible 10 inversion roller coaster. This is the one in China, Changmong Paradise. You've probably seen some videos on it. Um, kind of looks really awkward ride, man. These rides don't look like that much fun to be honest. Like five Heartline rolls at the end is just really silly, I think. But it's unique and it does 10 inversions, so there's that. Um, Abismo at Parc d'Attractions, whatever the hell. I guess so. I usually think that these malware sky loops are actually very cool. Turns out they're lame as hell and they're uncomfortable restraints and just really not the greatest rides. Although it is intended to when it finally drops into the station, I hear. So I mean, there's that. A lot of weird hang time, but the hang time probably isn't very comfortable because of the restraints. So I don't know. Backlot Sun Coaster, the last of the three backlots, or Intellia Job stunt tracks were what they were called the first 2 years, or just 1 year for the Kings Dominion one, I think, until Cedar Fair opened them and renamed them to Backlot. But that was the last one of those to open. Those are fun rides. I've been in the one at Kings Island. Black Mamba at Phantasialand opened this year. That was one of those really crazy Vienna members. It's kind of like the Nemesis with all the train interaction and cool near misses and nearnesses, and it's very cool. Crossbill at Bowcraft Playland. Pictured there is up for sale right now. It's a really weird Zero Tivoli like custom layout. Pretty short, only just a few helixes. I hear it's a perfectly fine, fun family coaster, but it's unique and it's for sale for like a $900,000. So if anybody wants that, just look me up. Yeah, thanks. Crystal Wing at Happy Valley Beijing is easily the greatest Superman Ultimate Flight clone. Everybody says it's the one over Georgia because it's the original and it has that tunnel, but this one is the best. I mean, look at those mountains. Look at this terrain interaction. That's the best Ultimate Flight clone. Just saying. Speaking of terrain interaction, Expedition Everest is the fake terrain ride. That crazy Vekoma mine train that you've all heard of, and a lot of you have ridden. I haven't ridden it because I don't really care. Disney sucks. Moving on. I'm kidding. Disney's okay. Golden Wings and Snowfield at Happy Valley Beijing is let's see, that's the first Shenlin with a Helix model, right? I believe so. Really weird colors. It's got like the blue tornado colors, but don't be fooled. These are actually smoother SLCs. The Shenlin SLC models are much smoother. They're better profile, probably updated trains and stuff. So pretty cool. Goliath at Laurent. That horrible park in Canada has a pretty solid V&M Hyper. It's got one of the best V&M Hyper layouts, to be honest. It's got so many hills that have all good airtime, like all good floater, but nothing too insane, and it isn't that big. Like, if it were 100 feet taller, it could probably be the greatest V&M Hyper ever built. But it's only 150 feet tall. It's a little mini Hyper, or like 170, I think. I don't know. But it's a shorter B&M Hyper, but got some solid floater, and it's a cool little ride. So good thing that LeBron has some good rides going for him, which sucks because it means you have to wait in those damn lines. But Kentucky Rumbler at Beach Bend Park is one of those GCIs. This one is known for having the most station flybys of any. I think it has like three or four, maybe even five. It's got a lot of station flybys. None of them are like the true like in the station, but they're all like right up next to the station, and it's pretty cool. I definitely want to get down there and ride that. Also, sorry, this like construction going on outside of my dorm right now, so sorry about that. Kamali at Flamingo Land is the second of the two Shenlin Vekoma SLCs to be built. The first one being in China. I forget the name of it, but this is the one that everybody knows about and is ridden at Flamingo Land in the UK. So I hear it's a decent SLC, one of the better SLCs. Same thing, applies as the one I just talked about earlier. Man of War and Mysterious Island is also pictured there. That is the other version of Sequoia Adventures, but this one's not themed. Or isn't it like Sequoia Magic Loop now or something stupid? I forget. Yeah, it's that. It's those really uncomfortable, wacky rides that just I don't understand. I don't know why these don't count for the steepest drop on a roller coaster because it's clearly a 180-degree drop or something. But all right, fine, whatever you say. Opa at Mount Olympus. For some reason, I like talking about this ride because it's just so terrible. It's Mount Olympus already sucks, but they have an indoor section that has like arcade games and terrible little rides, and I've seen like fights break out in there where people are throwing chairs. I've seen videos, and it's just really silly. But they used to have a wild mouse in there until somebody was ejected from it because I don't know, Mount Olympus is terrible. Um, and then that closed in like I don't know, 2007 or so. So I forget where it's moved to, but it's still around somewhere. And yeah, it existed, and I think it's just kind of funny. Patriot at Worlds of Fun, another B&M invert like Black Mamba that opened this year, and it is one of the smallest B&M inverts as far as like layout and like just elements. Only four inversions, but everybody always talks about its smooth zero G roll, which I don't think really matters. I like a whippy zero G roll like Raptor, but whatever, man. Pretty cool looking B&M invert. One of the weaker ones, but it's cool that a park like Worlds of Fun got their B&M, and yeah, cool stuff. And some more 2006 coasters. We got Speed Monster at Tusenfryd, or however the hell you say that, in Norway. That is one of the weirder intimate accelerators. It's got the Fahrenheit Norwegian loop going on. It's funny that we call it the Norwegian loop, even though, well, no, I lied. I lied. Speed Monster was the first one to feature the Norwegian loop as it is in Norway, but we all know it as the Fahrenheit loop because of, Fahrenheit is the one that we've all ridden. But I hear it's a pretty solid, pretty decent little accelerator. Nothing too special, no insane elements. Some airtime, three inversions, and it's a cool stuff. Pretty cool looking little ride, and gives you a reason to go to Norway for roller coasters. So that's cool. Speed No Limits at Oakwood Theme Park. I hear has a really insane airtime element, but at the same time is one of the rougher, older Eurofighters. So take that as you will. I don't know. I don't hear too much about older Eurofighters. I feel like so, but I do hear that the airtime hold it has is taken at like insane speed, so you get some great ejector there. Now Stealth at Thorpe Park is also open this year, and that is the like half of it's like basically half the height of Dragster, and it just does the same thing. It launches you up a top hat and then back down. Kind of sad, but uh, I know it has a great launch, and you might get some airtime on it, and it's pretty cool. Thunderbird at Powerland also opened this year. That is a clone of is it American Thunder at yes American Thunder at Six Flags St. Louis that opened 2 years after this. So Thunderbird at Powerland was the original, and it was like a really good layout, like one of the better GCI layouts. I feel like it's kind of underrated. American Thunder at St. Louis, but pretty cool looking GCI nonetheless. And another Mauer Skyloop is X Coaster at Magic Spring. For some reason, some park in Arkansas got the X Coaster, got the Mauer Skyloop, so that's kind of interesting. But yeah, it exists, and it's not the greatest ride ever. So cool stuff. Also, Xander at Space World, which Space World closed on New Year's Eve 2017, unfortunately. But good lord, stop reversing. Yeah, Zadern, Space World, clone of Stealth, 205 feet tall or something. Half of Dragster. Yeah, that existed. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. Vote using the I. Yeah, you know how it goes, peoples. See you later.